Shalom. Unfortunately, that's as far as my Hebrew goes, so I'll have to do the rest of this in English. I hope that's okay with you guys. I didn't know I'll have to follow Lina from SAP and then Mikhail, but I'm going to give you a slightly different view. I might disappoint Lina on the SAP front and tell you a slightly different story about what we're doing and what we've done for our digital platform. Might disappoint Mikhail. We are online, we're staying online, and we are not thinking of going offline yet. So sorry guys, we'll see how that goes. So firstly, I hope you're all quite technical, as I am a guy who works in technology. I want to talk about a lot of technical detail and explain all of that. No, yes, I'm joking. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's as business focused as possible as well. So what I'd like to talk to you today about is what we've built in ASOS over the last 2 years. We've been on a journey of building something similar to what Lina described, but we went on that journey ourselves, and we built a whole new digital platform. Clicker, yes. So first thing I'd like to do is show you about a 2-minute video. I'm doing this just in case I fail to get the story across myself. I think the video does it quite well, so let's give that a go. Apologies. Sweet.
When we set out to create our new digital platform, we were driven by the desire to create the very best customer experience wherever in the world our customers are. So we rebuilt all the software that powers the ASOS digital experience for our customers, whether they come to us through our apps, mobile web, or desktop. The new platform had to be globally scalable, flexible, and very reliable. It also had to enable a mobile-first development approach. We have moved from a monolithic software architecture, which wasn't easy to scale or change, to a flexible modular architecture called microservices. Our new platform is made up of around 30 independent microservices, each of which is responsible for supporting an individual part of our shopping experience. From search, product detail and bag, to checkout, payment, and order processing. This approach gives us the flexibility to change or swap out individual services and means we can plug in new technologies far easier in the future, things like shopping through messaging apps or visual search. We also moved all our new software to the Microsoft Azure cloud. We can now deploy our software to multiple data centers across the world, putting our platform closer to our customers. This means each of our customers' experience will be as fast and consistent whether they are in London, San Francisco or Moscow. And if one data center fails, we have backups which keep the site running. Our new platform was put to the test on Black Friday, when we saw a record number of orders per second and our largest single day ever. The site performed brilliantly, and we were able to deliver on our promise of keeping our customers happy. One of the first customer-facing changes we built on our new digital platform was checkout. Our vision is a completely frictionless way for customers to make a purchase, so we've made the customer experience better. Single-page checkout means new customers no longer have to plod through 7 pages to register for the first time, and it's far easier to place an order. We have address lookup in 12 countries, and click and collect options are available in a single map or list view. With the new platform, we have everything in place to continue to scale rapidly, drive our global reach, and innovate to develop new experiences for our customers.
Cool. Okay, so I'll explain more about why we've done what we've done and how we've done it. But first, coming a little bit back to what is ASOS. So, quick audience participation, show of hands. Who has heard about ASOS before? That's good. That looks really good. Thank you. I'm pleased with that. We're going to push it a step further. Who has shopped on ASOS before? Okay, we could do better on this one. I'm going to push this one last step further. Who here today is wearing something they bought on ASOS today? I don't know. I can see some people I can meet afterwards. Thank you. Good. Okay. So ASOS, we're going to be 18 next year, so finally we might be adults and go to the pub. Last year we've ended the year, which ends in August for us, on just about under £1.4 billion of sales. We have over 3,000 employees, most of them in the UK, in the lovely building in Camden in London, which you can see on the picture there. In the UK, we're by far the largest independent online fashion retailer. And we're on a mission to become the world's #1 online destination for fashion-loving 20-somethings. that is kind of what we do, and that what drives everything we do, including the technology we build behind it. How do we do this? So this is from our ASOS PLC website. I've just highlighted two of the statements of part of our story. The reason why I've done that, apologies, is because they're quite crucial to the decisions we've made on what we're going to do. So the first one is we want to fundamentally change the way our customers shop. And the second one is we want to be as much of a technology company as we are a fashion company. I'll explain in a minute why that is quite important. Few more numbers. I know you've seen few in the video, but let's do a few more. I promise this is not to show off, but again, it's quite important context to understand the scale of what we're doing, hence the decisions we take in to deal with the scale. A couple of things. At any point in time, if you go on ASOS now, there will be about 85,000 products on the website. Not too much. There are sites which do significantly more, but it's the next one which makes it slightly more difficult. We will put over 4,000 new products on the website every single week for the whole year. There's quite a few weeks when we do quite a lot more than that as well. We have over 15 million active customers globally at the moment, over 21 million social media followers across the different social media platforms. This is quite a big one. So you've seen in the video that most of the things we were showing were either on a mobile phone or a bit of a tablet. So at the moment, as it is, we have over 8 million active app downloads. And this is even bigger. If we look at the last couple of months, over 70% of traffic we get does come from mobile devices. It's not all the app, it's the apps and the mobile web, but over 70% of what we see is now mobile devices. A couple of other more funny things. So that is the number of dresses we will sell every week. Obviously in peaks it'll be more than that, but on average that's what we managed to do. Slightly more technical, over 100 million page requests every single day, and about 146 plus unique visits a month. Again, as I said, it's not to try to show off, but it gives you an idea about the scale of what it is we're doing, and based on that, the decisions we take in and the things we're deciding to build the way we do. So, ASOS Tech in 2015, not long ago. What we had was quite similar to you would find with a lot of e-commerce businesses or businesses which have both online and offline. We had a monolithic legacy platform. We had it since ASOS was founded in 2000. It was an in-house built platform, even that one. It was one big piece of code with massive databases deployed in a traditional single data center. We had issues with doing multi-languages. We were using proxies, which were translating on the fly, making everything quite slow. We didn't have native mobile. We didn't have apps. It was all through another proxy, which used to use one in Italy. So overall, what that gives you is the constraints and challenges you can see. It was quite difficult to change. It was becoming literally impossible to develop anything new. It was slow. It was genuinely slow for customers, full stop. It wasn't the most stable platform. If you use ASOS a lot, you would have seen we did have some issues in the past. Very little resilience, and as I said, a lot of things hacked in over time, which were making it incredibly difficult to deal with. From a business perspective, we were quite tied to a single language. We couldn't do much with different currencies. We couldn't do much with different channels. So our experience, the native mobile, was nowhere near what you want it to be. So that's where we were, give or take, 2 years ago. This is what we have today. So if you go on ASOS, this is what is behind what you can see on your phone, on your tablet. What we've done is, the key things is we took the clients, so the channels, and took all of the logic and the data out of it, and they are now pure native clients like iOS and Android, our web, our mobile web, and then the social channels. We took all the good stuff, all the logic and all the e-commerce parts we do, and built a set of different services like bag, checkout, search, and so, And that's where all of the logic sits, that's where the data sits, and they all equally power every single one of those channels. So whether you go on your mobile phone, whether you go on your laptop or use a tablet, you will get exactly the same experience, powered by exactly the same logic with the same data. What is in this, on this left-hand side, in the digital domain box, that is the stuff which we believe is our potential competitive advantage. It's where the value is, and it's where we want to do better than anybody else. We do build basically all of that ourselves in-house with our technology team in Camden, in London, and we do it with the purpose of doing this better than anybody else can do it. On this side, we do have systems, other systems like supply chain system, warehouse management systems, finance, buying, merchandising, people systems. Those ones, we call them enterprise platforms, and this is where we do buy packages. So all of these are packages at the moment, and we're putting some new ones in. And we believe this has got longer lifespan. We can never become an absolute expert in building a people system. Even if we did, there's not that much value for us to do that. What we will prefer is to pick the best people system we can pick, put it in. We also believe these have longer lifespans, so we don't have to change them that often, and we're integrating them nicely into the services. The digital domain is where our shop is. As I was talking to Mikhail before, we only have one shop. We don't want to go offline. So the website and the apps, that is the ASOS shop. That is what every single one of those millions of customers sees. So we want to make sure that shop is the best possible shop we can have and is better than anybody else's shop. How did we get there? So, yeah, to be honest, it wasn't easy. Actually, it was quite difficult. It's not something which, it's not something you can just go and do and happens just like that. So there were a couple of big things we had to decide at the beginning. The first one I've mentioned now quite a lot. We have decided to build our own e-commerce platform, and that's what we did. The reasons are, well, you might ask why. It's a logical question. It's because what I keep saying, it's our only shop. It's what customers see. If we buy a package, even if it is the best one that is, or we buy into any cloud-based solution, what we will get is what any of our competitors can get anytime. Yes, you can customize to an extent, but once you start customizing, you're going to find it quite difficult to go on to the next version. So again, it's quite difficult balance to keep. And we do have quite large and very skilled technology department. And if you go back to the slides at the beginning of us wanting to be as much of a technology business as a fashion business, it absolutely made sense for us to go and do that. The second point, hosting it in the cloud, that one was easy. That is, in today's world, such an easy decision, you don't need to think about it. And it comes with a lot of good stuff. Some stuff people don't think about. If you have your own engineers and software developers, and you're deploying stuff into modern clouds and using modern technologies, the people you can keep in your business and get into your business are significantly better. They're motivated, they want to do it. And then you get all of the other stuff. You can deploy it globally, you get the resilience. It's much faster and all of that. The next point, microservices. Again, it's what a lot of people do. I think Amazon started with it a long time ago. There's a lot of people do now. The reason why we did it is we know we need and want to change at pace. To be able to do that, creating a number of independent pieces which each have its absolute purpose and we know what it does, allows us to autonomously keep changing different things at the same time across a lot of different teams in ASOS. And then, yeah, that's what we attempted to do, make sure it's globally deployed, given today it's now quite a lot under 50% of our sales come from the UK. Well over 50% is now from everywhere else in the world. We know we need to do more, and we are doing more on the international stuff. At the moment, if you shop on ASOS, we're shopping on the ASOS.com site. We might be showing you some things which you can't actually get if you're in Israel because they're UK proposition. So there's a lot more work for us to do, but that's how we try to start. We want to make it scalable, future-proof, and all of those things. All right. what were the biggest challenges? So unlike buying into a package, to build a platform with all of those things yourself, you do need a lot of people, and you need a lot of skill and genuinely just a lot of manpower. And to organize the people in a way that is efficient, and you do it in a reasonable time scale, end up something you want, isn't the easiest thing to do. This is a simple visualization of what we've done in our technology department. I'll explain quickly if anybody's interested. So the smallest unit is a development team. Classic set of engineers with a dev manager, QAs, and so on. So 8 to 10 people, fairly self-sufficient unit. You can get them a set of tasks, and they can get on with. We then took between 2 and 4 of those and put them into something we call platforms. Those are units like, let's say, payments. So payments is a platform. At the moment, it's got 4 or 5 development teams in it, and they've been tasked with purely developing that part of the e-commerce platform. Then again, you take a number of platforms, put them into domains, and scale it this way. You don't end up with some people and some functions shared between either the platforms or then even domains to support what they do, where it's not completely practical to put it into every single team. But the main thing was to make something where people can get on with work autonomously and independently, and can get on with work at pace. Couple of other things, obviously, dependencies, quality, were the things which we're worried about, and we thought this has done us a really good job. It's something which we still do now, and we're pushing further in the future, and we want to do. Hi, this is where I've promised you the genuinely technical stuff, so here we go for everybody interested. This was the second biggest thing was how do we go about designing the whole thing? Again, if you started with nothing or are completely new, there's a lot of work to do to design how's the whole platform going to work. If we did it to the level of detail you eventually need to beforehand, it would have taken us months and months and months just to do that. What we did instead was we looked at the big boxes only first. So we decided payments is going to do this, search is going to do that, product catalog is going to do this. This is where the boundaries are, and that's what you get. Everything else went then back to the teams I showed you on the previous slide, and they knew, okay, so our job is to get on with this bit. This is where our responsibility starts. This is where it ends. This is what I've been given as a very high level, and now I need to do the next level of design and the development itself. Again, what it allows us to do is to do the design for each one of those services at the same time in parallel. Yes, people still need to talk to each other, but if we did this with just a bunch of architects beforehand, we would be sitting on it for a very long time to get it done. And again, exactly as it says, it enabled us to use those autonomous teams to go and do this. Okay, so that is basically what we built. Why did we do it, and what did we get out of it? So for us now, for the last couple of years, Black Friday is the busiest day. It's something we got from our friends from the US. It's very popular in the UK now as well. So our biggest day so far now on the new platform was the Black Friday at the end of 2016. That is some of the things we've done. So we took over 500,000 orders in that day. You've seen in the video. At the busiest time, we're taking as many as 33 orders a second. Our busiest API is the product catalog API. That at peak was getting over 3,000 requests a second just to that single API. The total number of API calls in the day was 167 million. And this is the good bit. If we did an overall average of the response times across the APIs blanketly, 48 milliseconds is what we got on our busiest day. So it was massively successful. We were genuinely happy with the new platform. We knew we couldn't do a day this busy on the legacy platform, so it was quite a challenge to get it out by that time. But as I say, it went quite well. We've been looking at it since. We've been testing and scaling for the, thank you, peak 2017 and beyond. And yeah, I'm pleased to say we think this will keep us going for many years to come, and we can scale significantly beyond that. Oh yes, yeah, I had an animation. I did forget about it. So let's do them one by one again. Good. Okay, it wasn't, obviously this was not a technology exercise for the sake of technology. We have done a lot of things, as you've seen, on building new pages. We built a whole new iOS app. We built a whole new native checkout in iOS on Android. We went from 5 pages to 1 page. Loads of other things we've done. These numbers is what we've published on 12th of July, a couple of weeks ago, for the last quarter. So that's kind of what this has been supporting. We've been done with a sales growth of about 40% outside of the UK, 16% in the UK. The conversion is probably the biggest one here. So it's up by 10 basic points compared to last year, so that's 0.1%. 0.1% might not sound like a lot to you. For us, an increase of 0.1% in conversion is additional 50, 60 million pounds, give or take, of sales. And that's the bottom line conversion on the website. Active customers, we're a quarter, 25% up on last year. Again, average basket value of 30% might seem quite small to you, but given where we are, I don't know the number exactly on that one, but again, it's worth a lot of money, as is the average order frequency. So overall, it's gone really well for us. We've been able to support business we've been doing. Since we've done this, we've been building a lot on top of this platform. We went from a single warehouse distribution model to 2 warehouses. We're showing different stock to different websites for the last couple of months. We started doing a lot more on the global front. We're looking at new sites, languages, and combinations we can do. So not only it managed to give us what we already got, it's a really good platform for us to scale from in the future and build new functionality on top of. And that is with 8 minutes to spare. I'm happy to talk about any question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richard. Let's sit together if it's fine with you. First, I would like to ask you a local question.
Okay.
And that is, can you explain to us why we in Israel like you so much?
It's a good question. No, I don't think I can. But no, well, I think there's a couple of things. So you don't have that many larger online fashion retailers who ship to Israel and do a lot here. So that's probably one of the things. But other than that, it is difficult to say. You guys seem to love ASOS. You at the moment are in top 15 of our markets, and you are the second fastest growing market for ASOS at the moment, only behind Russia. So
really?
Yep.
Oh my. Tell us a little bit about how we can harness technology, not to increase our sales, but to get people to buy at our business.
Okay. So I think the key thing with technology is to make sure you do what's the right thing for your business. I think for ASOS, doing this instead of, let's say, buying something, absolutely is the right choice, and we're happy with what we've done. If I was running a business quarter of the size, I don't think that maybe would be the case. What we're doing needs, as I mentioned, a lot of manpower. It needs to build a lot of skill and capability in-house, which, depending on the scale and what you're trying to do, might not be the best choice.
Yeah.
So I think with technology, the key thing is to make sure whatever technology you put in fits your purpose, your customers, your mission, and what you're trying to achieve.
And when I'm buying online, like my groceries, or my supermarket choices, so I want to buy it at a site that's easy for me to use. I want it to remember what I bought in order for me to buy it again. But when all the sites give this to me, I mean, when they give me a similar experience, what can I do to differentiate myself, to make myself stand out?
I think it's so the easy to buy and all of that, they kind of almost hygiene factors. So you have to have a site which is at least as easy to use as every other site. To gain a competitive advantage, you need to do hate stealing again from somebody else, but create a more of an experience, something which is genuinely unique to what you do. For us, you know, the most unique thing is the fashion itself. and the selection of the products. But for other people, it will be different things. But
Well, is it, because I find myself buying at ASOS because it's so easy to buy at ASOS, rather than it's the black t-shirt that I like because I can find it in Next or other retailers.
Yep.
I mean,
it's obviously different for different people and different customers.
Yeah.
We absolutely are focused on making the journey as easy, as customer-friendly as possible, frictionless way to shop. But then there is more to it than just that. If all you have is a website which is easy to shop on, that itself is not going to get you to what you do. And then there's different choices to make. So our CEO has a really good, Nick has got a really good way to talk about it. He always says, when everybody's turning right, make sure we turn left, one of the same.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of that in the past.
are you familiar with the Israeli market? Do you know, can you tell us a little bit about its position in Europe? What do you think about it?
Not massively, to be absolutely honest. I know, well, I've looked up a lot about ASOS here and what it looks like and where we are, but no, it's my second time here. Absolutely love it, but I can't tell you much about
How do you
the
see,
local market.
how do you see yourself at ASOS and us improving in the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 years? What can we do better when we know the online experiences? I mean, we know what the high-end product can be.
Do you mean with your businesses here, or?
Yeah, let's talk about ASOS, and
Okay.
we think everyone will take something from
we
it.
can do better. So at the moment, a lot of, I would say that the proposition in Israel of ASOS is not everything we have. So we have a lot more things and a lot of other things. Most of the stuff we are in one market and push everywhere else. So we have quite a lot in store already, which we can come to Israel with, which over time we will do. We have plans to do this for loads of different markets, as you can imagine, because we ship globally, literally to almost anywhere. We have the same challenge in loads of other places to think about what to do. But there's a lot more to the ASOS proposition which we can, and over time we'll probably introduce to other markets, including this one.
You said you don't have plans going offline, of course, but
No, we don't.
at the end of the day, if there's a fire at one of your departments or storage places,
Yeah.
you can deliver the product. You can't deliver it.
Of course, it's hopefully something that doesn't happen. But, yes, we already have now more than one of those warehouses, and you know, the going offline for us. So we have no plans to do that. It would be quite difficult. Just think about some of the numbers I talked about. So with 85,000 different products, there's no shop you can put that into. The selection and what we offer is absolutely key part of what ASOS is. So is the newness. So the 4,000 plus new products every week. That is part of what makes ASOS ASOS.
Yeah.
You can't have a shop with 85,000 items in it and shipping 4,000 new to the shop constantly every single week.
I'm interested in your opinion. In Israel, we talk a lot about the end of the shopping malls era in the next 10 years or 15 years. Do you see us not buying at all at stores and buying just online?
I think the shopping is an experience. There's loads of things where you would want to go and see it, you would want to go and touch it. There's one day, I don't know, maybe in 100 years or whatever, when it's not us but our kids or whatever, maybe, who knows.
But it's not the near future in your
next
opinion.
years to come, I would still think there will be things which people would want to buy in shops, even for fashion. Even in a market like UK, it's still just under 20% or 20% of fashion gets bought online. The other 80% still gets bought in the shop. So it keeps going, and it will, but it's quite far, I would guess.
And as we talked about big numbers, I want to know something small, like what's the best seller today or this week? Can you tell me? Do you have it? Like, what's the item that people bought?
I could look at my phone and probably get it. But no, most of the days, almost all the time, it is going to be one of those 300,000 women's dresses.
Really?
Almost on any day.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we sell the most
And
of.
that's not what you're wearing, right?
Well, not during the day, no. No. And what I do after 5 o'clock is my own. No, I'm joking. Obviously not.
Of course, of course.
Just in case.
Mr. Richard Zubrik, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to us today.